The other thing that you keep hearing about is Baker Mayfield, and there's always a, yeah, but, they're not asking him to do this. Yeah, but he's only doing this. One of the things that happens is when you get a quarterback that you feel is a franchise quarterback, he's put in a system that makes him successful. Kevin Stefanski has found this system that makes Baker Mayfield successful. This happens with all elite quarterbacks. Look at Tom Brady at the beginning of the year. They changed the system, asked him to do different things, and he looked pretty ordinary. He figured it out. But I think it's time we start giving Baker Mayfield a little bit more credit for what he's doing in this system.
He deserves a ton of credit. No one wanted Alex Smith, 5, 6, 7 years ago, and he really established himself as one of the more consistent and reliable quarterbacks in this league. No one wanted Ryan Tannehill a couple of years ago, and he led the Titans to an upset of the Ravens last year and into a top 5 offense this year. And no one wanted Kirk Cousins in Washington. And say what you want to about his up and down in Minnesota, but they've played in an NFC Championship game. They've beat the Saints last year, who were the number 1 seed in the NFC. When you have a system married to a quarterback that does all the little things expertly well, this works. Plus the arm strength. Baker still has one of the better arms in this league. He can make all the throws. So put the arm strength with the savviness and attention to detail and just a sponge-like mind to soak up and then execute everything Kevin Stefanski asks of him. Baker Mayfield has taken a major leap this year. Will he ever be, Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson? No, he's not going to be that. But can he be like those 3 quarterbacks I just named and pull the right levers to win the Browns some playoff games? He just did it last week, and he could do it again this week.
The other thing is it'll be interesting to see. Do you expect even another step forward for Baker Mayfield? You mentioned a huge step forward. This will be the second, only the first time that he's had a second year in a system. I mean, sit back and think about that. And there are so many other things that he can do in this system on the backside of plays and second, third level type of things. It will be really interesting. And you mentioned he soaks up all the information. I expect him to take another leap forward because he's finally in the same system and can get deeper into it.
It's a fascinating question, and it's one that's going to carry us through the offseason because when you look at Baker, there's issues that arise with him getting interior pressure, him having to play off script when his first read isn't there, those types of things. You think of the Jets game. Now, is that fair for me to throw out the Jets game when he didn't have any of his receivers and his offensive line was beat up? Probably not. But the upper echelon quarterbacks are paid what they're paid to take care of all the other issues, put makeup or lipstick on a pig and win a football game. I'm not holding that Jets loss against him. If you're talking about the sort of level up concept that you're teasing, think of Wyatt Teller this year. Really, we started the season thinking, all right, who's going to be the Browns' right guard? And now all of a sudden Wyatt Teller is probably the best guard or the second best guard in professional football. That's the type of level up that we just don't know. We're going to have to see it. If the Browns get down 3 scores to the Chiefs and they got to abandon the run and just throw Baker Mayfield and he brings them back, well, that's going to be something that he hasn't done yet before. That's why they play the game, to prove and do something that you haven't done before and change the minds of people who may doubt you. He has those capabilities. He has those skill sets, and I'd be a fool to count him out in progressing. We just haven't seen it yet, and he really hasn't been asked to do that. But you're right. Having another year in the system as he continues to grow, following the trajectory of Baker Mayfield's career is going to be fascinating, and he's going to have every opportunity to prove himself starting with this Sunday.